Hey everyone, what's going on? It's MiesLloydWright, and welcome back to another episode. And today we are on the Let's Play series. Not CreatorCraft, but the vanilla, vanilla Let's Play. I almost thought it wasn't vanilla. It is vanilla. It's amplified, that's what I was thinking of. So yeah, we are at the Iron Golem farm today, or at least what should be the Iron Golem farm, but has as of yet alluded to be the Iron Golem farm. And hopefully today we are going to make it a reality, and we will actually have an iron farm, which I've been waiting for just way too long, It's been a long time in coming that we actually fix this farm up, and I've been putting it off because it's a lot of work. That's basically why. There's not much else to it other than that. It's just a tremendously large, phenomenally large amount of work, and we're gonna do it today. And if better work, or else I'm going to be very sad. We can't do with another one of those episodes where it ends very sadly. And if it doesn't work, then I'm giving up on this iron farm, and I'm going to make a different iron farm, because this would be ridiculous if it doesn't work. It would be defective or something in my worlds. But yeah, so I'm going to be working on this farm today, and yeah, you can see I've got a couple doors back there. I was just testing to see if I remember all the steps, watching Tango Tech's tutorial, which of course will be in the description, his tutorial for this farm, which is he made. Tango Tech, he's like, it's crazy how good this farm is. You should definitely go and look at the tutorial just to see how amazing this farm is, because it's really ridiculous. So yeah, that's basically it. Just basically gonna dive right in, and I'm not planning to do anything else this episode. This is all I want to do this episode. There's nothing else that needs to be done, so yeah. Oh, actually there is one other thing, actually. I'm thinking that's not it. I don't want achievements. I want skin customization, so I can show you this. I made a onesie for myself. I'm a waffle now. See? I think I made this on request of someone in a live stream I was doing with Ash and Vixter, who, if you don't know, and you haven't seen my new series, the CreatorCraft SMP series, they are two of the other members there, and I was live streaming Beat the Wither with them, and one of the people in the chat told me to make a waffle onesie for myself. So, I did! And this is it. So yeah. Just a kind of random thing there I did. So yeah, that exists now. Good to know, I guess. And yeah, we're gonna dive straight in. So without further ado, I will start working on the farm, and I will get back in touch with you when I've made some progress. So yep, see ya! Okay guys, so it's been a little bit, and I have done 1/4 of the work. 8 doors out of 32. I know before I've previously said that I was gonna do the 64 village version. I'm not. No way. Way too much work. Not gonna do the 64 version, I'm just gonna do the version I got here. And if it works, awesome, and if it doesn't, aneurysm time. So yeah, 1/4 of the way done. It's about as slow as I remember it being, but it's not too bad. I've just been listening to music while I've been working on this, which is actually a really good tip, like, for when you're doing boring work in Minecraft, like chaining doors in an Iron Golem farm. That's really mind-numbing, because it's the same thing over and over again. And like each step of it, each one of these doors means about like 2 minutes of boringness, and maybe more, 3 minutes, I don't know. It's just boringness. So yeah, when you're doing that, just like listen to music, and then the object of your focus moves to the music rather than what you're doing. So you're not really chaining doors, you're listening to music while chaining doors. Or rather, you're chaining doors while listening to music, right? So the chaining the doors things takes a back seat to the music. So the music isn't boring, and that's interesting, but the doors are, but they're not the main thing. So yeah, just keeping kind of interested. Yeah, it's basically just boring work however you look at it, but it's 1/4 of the way done, and hopefully it should be all the way done pretty soon. I don't think I'll show you every quarter. Maybe I'll show you when it's like 3/4 of the way done or something, but for now I just gotta keep doing the same old. So yep, see you in a little bit. Okay guys, so we have got 32 doors in a row. Yes! This is phenomenally exciting, and it's taken a phenomenally long time, which is why I don't sound phenomenally excited. Yeah, it's been a really lot of work. Long time. That 8 doors you saw earlier, that felt like it was really tedious. Holy crap. 32 of them. Well, it's done now. So next step is much easier. It's simply placing rows of doors on every other side until all of these are filled up with 11 rows each, and then breaking everything in the center, lowering the villagers, and seeing if Iron Golem spawn, and if they don't, tearing out my hair and having an aneurysm, and if they do, building a platform below to harvest the Iron Golems and calling the farm done. So that's basically all there is to it left, which is actually quite a lot. So what I have to do next is, like I said, just do all that stuff. And I'll rejoin you once I've gotten each side with the doors correct, and then we'll lower the villagers on camera as is tradition. And then I'll try to cover up my sadness, also as is tradition, and then we'll be done. So yeah, have you ever noticed the last 3 pixels of the door don't change? Like, depending on which way you open it. It's kind of trippy. It's like, from only here on does the door actually open, everything else just stays. That's weird. Okay, that's really weird. But yeah, anyway, so I'll see you guys in a moment with all the doors in place, and we will do the final and important step. So yeah, see you in a moment. Alright guys, so I'm back, and it's that time again. You know the one I'm talking about. Happens way too often. So yeah, we're about to push these villagers, well, knock these villagers down and then push the pistons in. And that will decide the fate of this farm, whether it is to be gotten rid of or useful. Yeah, I'll probably, if it doesn't work, I'll probably just try it again in a few months. That seems to be the way I do it. But anyway, you can see they're kind of actually, the numbers are rising, actually. Seems like, or at least, they keep having heart particles, but that side didn't go up, but this side has 22, see? It's weird. Anyway, so, let's do it. You know, don't want to keep you guys waiting. So it's pretty simple, we just break that block. They drop down. We power the piston. We get rid of all of this. We go over here. We break that block. We power the piston. Get rid of all this stuff. And now we wait and see if any golems spawn. And if they don't, then we leave the chunks. And obviously there's a little item dispensary thing running down there. And we come back, and if it works then we see what's happening. And yeah. That's about it. So yeah, I don't see any just yet. So let's try heading out of the portal and coming back and see if it changes. Alright, come on, Golem Farm. I know you can do this. I know you've got it in you. Like, literally, I know this farm, it works. How are we doing? We got any golems? Nope, we don't have any golems. Well, that's sad. I think I might go back and watch the tutorial and see if I'm not doing something I should be. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I'll see you in a minute, guys. Okay, guys. So, it's been about a day since it's been a day since last cut. And, the iron farm is not working. Plan failed. It's not gonna work. Doesn't want to cooperate. So, I just took all the items away and merged all the doors, and that's okay. Because I'm done with that particular design of iron farm, you know. I've tried it a few times, it hasn't worked out, so in the future when we feel like building an iron farm, which hopefully won't be for a while, I'll just move on to a different design, one that actually, you know, like, works. So yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? It wouldn't work, I couldn't figure it out, I tried tons of things, I just could not figure it out, so yeah. But yeah, that's basically it for the iron farm. There's a few other things I want to talk about real quick though, and we got tons of time, because this episode's still pretty short. So, first thing, I've got a little notepad in front of me with all things, 1.9. I don't plan to switch to it anytime soon, because it's super incredibly buggy, and I don't really feel that I need the features that badly. Like, I like 1.8 well enough, I'm fine here, I'm fine doing my thing here. I'm not like dying to get new content to keep my life interesting, right? So I'm just gonna let 1.9 sort of develop, and we'll see how it goes, and then we'll plan accordingly. What else is there talking about? This floor? You can see I put in this floor, just a little simple thing, just to get rid of the stone, because before, if you remember, I'm using the pick, because efficiency actually works on all blocks, even though it's not very great, but yeah. Yeah, you see just stone down there. So I just put this in to make it look good and put in some lighting. The floor's not finished, so it's not final design here. So because the iron farm won't work, I think what I'm going to do for beacons, because I'll need all my iron I can, because how much iron do I have, actually? Just see how much iron I have. I mean, like, I've got a decent amount, but the beacon chews up, like, that's all you need for the beacon, is 2 stacks plus 36. So basically all my iron I have, and I've got almost another stack of blocks here, it's not smelted yet, but basically all my iron I have gets chewed into the beacon, so I'm going to build, like, a gold farm or something, or maybe like a villager trading system that can get me enough either emeralds or gold that I could build my beacons out of that, rather than using the iron, because the iron is at least for the time being, like, probably the most valuable resource I really have here. Like, redstone, where's coal? Coal, like, I'm fine on them. Even diamonds, like, I'm just not using them very quickly, you know, like, I've got tons of them. Like, within this, I probably have another, I don't know, another 20 at least blocks of diamonds within that, if I ever choose to break it down, and I don't know that I'll ever really need to, because I go through these so slowly. Like, I break down one, like, every other week, so, and I go strip mining about that often, and I get more than 9 diamonds when I go strip mining, so yeah. But the iron's a serious thing. I skirt using iron whenever possible. I've always been really stingy with iron, which is how I've been able to get that much, but even that, it's like, you know, that took a long time, so it's not very replaceable, unfortunately, unless you have the farm. For the new iron farm, I'll probably go with a different design. I don't know what design, but a different one. So yeah, that basically sums it up for the little discussion there. For now, I think the next thing we should move on is the auto furnace, and where to put it, and how it should work. Actually, I was kind of thinking about it. Something I might be able to do is, this. I was informed by someone that apparently this is the DeviantArt logo. I had no idea this was the DeviantArt logo. Someone told me that, and I was like, oh, so I googled it, and sure enough it is. And this was just like a random shape I made. And even the colors are like right, apparently, so that's weird. I thought, but yeah, these things were always kind of temporary, so what I think I might do is just hollow out a 3 by, like a 3 hole in one of them, like I've got over here. And then I'll put like an auto furnace behind one of them, and then like there could be a mini brewing station, like these are like the other small things, you know, so yeah. I'll probably do that, and then we can get rid of these temporary furnaces here. So that'll be cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do some planning, and I will join you guys in a bit. Yeah, in a bit. I'll see you in a bit. I knew I shouldn't have used TNT for the Enderman farm. Okay guys, so we are back, and it's been a couple days since last cut, and you probably don't recognize this location if I'm just taking a wild stab in the dark. Right? It's pretty new. Never been here before. Yeah, we're back at the spawn chunks. And the reason we're here, don't panic. We're not going to continue working on the Iron Golem farm. We're not working on this farm ever again. Oh wow, that was close. But, 2 things, I guess. One, you can see I told you, once the villages merged, the golems would spawn. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say it? Well, I merged the villages and they spawned, so, yeah, we got them. Yep, you're not getting anywhere close to me, pal. You're not doing that. You're not, yeah, get away. Yeah, so the Iron Golems did in the end spawn, so that's good news. This farm, we're never going to work on this again, don't worry, so it's not, oh my goodness, that is so powerful. God, man, those things are scary. So yeah, it's not like I'm here to continue working on this farm or something, I just came here to use the spawn chunks themselves, actually. So, look at that, all that work, that did result in some iron. Yeah, so we're going to be doing something other than the auto furnace today, actually. I was thinking of doing that, but yeah, I couldn't really decide what type of furnace I wanted to do, so instead we're going to do a bit of a task type project, which actually uses the spawn chunks. So what we're going to do is make a world spawn pad and mark out all of the spawn chunks. So this is the center of world spawn. You can see, yeah, lag, I'm frozen. What is going on with you? Oh great, it's not responding. Okay, there we go. Alright, back. So yeah, this is the center of the world. This is my actual center world spawn point. But these 4, for those who don't know, these are, I'm not going to explain the whole thing about spawn chunks, but if you do know what spawn chunks are, which I kind of assume you do, I guess, and you know what world spawn is, where the actual player spawn is, this is the center of the player spawn, and it's centered in a 20 by 20 square, which is all the spaces that you could spawn if your bed is not there, if your bed is missing or obstructed, as the game says. So what we're going to do is build a platform around this, and we're going to like get rid of all this mountain blows and whatnot. So it's kind of a safe spawn area, so every time I spawn, I'm guaranteed to be in a friendly place. So yeah, we're going to make that, and we're also going to put a whole big square around the actual spawn chunks themselves, because I have a plan for a different iron farm, one that will have one feature that makes it a lot better than this one in my, for what I need, which is I'm going to be building an iron farm that has an auto reset, well not auto reset, but it has a reset function, which is, for me at least, quite important in the end, because it's, I seem to break them a lot. So being able to reset it would be a valuable feature. So we will build another iron farm. Who knows when. I know what the iron farm we're going to build is actually. We're going to build, for those who don't know, Daniel Coates' iron farm. I'll put that a link to that in the description. It's a pretty good iron farm, actually. It's pretty awesome. It's the same size. It's 32 villages, so it's good sized iron farm. So yeah, we're gonna be just building a little platform for the spawn, and then outlining the spawn chunks, and yeah. I guess I'll kind of dig away some of the stuff and put down a platform, outline the chunks, and I'll rejoin you in a moment. So see you guys in a minute. Okay guys, we are back, and I have finished the pad at spawn, which you spawn on. That was kind of self-evident. And it occurs to me that I may have finished it, but I've also just covered it up with a beacon. Yeah, that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, but you can see what it is. It's a pad. I went for the half slabs and orange sandstone theme. I think it looks pretty good. Let me just hop over here real quick and show you what else there is. Oh, my game sounds are off. Forgot I turned those off. Right. Okay, now my game sounds are back. So you can see we've got just sort of stone brick type structure, and it extends, looks all smooth all around. And it goes all the way around this. It's nothing really special to see there, just stone bricks to make it look polished. You know, all that. And yeah, here for lighting we're just using dark oak leaves. You can see there, dark oak leaves. And jack-lanterns, regular, just smooth red sandstone, because it has this nice texture on top of it. And yeah, these blocks right here, you can't see, but there are two more. Actually, you can't see if I break one of them. There are two more acacias. So what these represent is, if I go into F3 real quick, you can see right here in these coordinates, the chunk coordinates. You'll notice one is 0 and 15, one is 15 and 15, one is 0 and 15, and the other one is 0 and 0. So this is the very, very center of our spawn chunks, the actual chunks that will process entities as long as you're in the overworld. And over here, you can't see it because it's covered up by this beacon, I'll show you later. Just underneath these 4 blocks here, these are the center of our player spawn chunks. Our player spawn area, which is 20 by 20 square, illustrated by this. So the square itself extends from these 4 blocks, and it's included in here. So there are a few blocks I don't think you can spawn on, like I don't think you can spawn on transparent blocks, I don't think you can spawn on fence gates or fence posts, and I don't think you can spawn on half slabs. But it's basically just a big pad that will keep you safe when you spawn, because it's all lit up and there's a portal. And there's a crafting bench, a chest, which I'll put some like food and whatnot in, so when I die I have some stuff. And some of that. So yeah, and it is covered up at one point by the iron farm, which will go, so no worries there. But yeah, so that's basically what I got going. Next thing I just need to do is actually outline the spawn chunks, which go out, what is it, it's 96 blocks? 96 blocks, starting with this, like, block number 1 to block 96 being inside of the outer edge of the spawn chunks. So I just need to outline those, and when I've done that, I will rejoin you. So see you in a minute. Alright guys, so we're back, and I have finished outlining the spawn chunks. And it was a pretty simple task. It took a little while, maybe, I don't know, a couple hours. But yeah, basically I just built out with a stack and a half of half slabs in each direction, and then when I got to the edge, I surrounded it with a big old ring of half slabs, which I actually put on the outside edge of the spawn chunks, because what I've outlined here is just the entity loading spawn chunks, so there's still the redstone update loading spawn chunks, which goes 2 chunks this way, but the chunk border is just right on this block. You can see if I just step over those little numbers up there, or below X, Y, and Z, and then where it says block, it says chunk, you can see it goes and changes from 15 to 0. So yeah, this is right at the edge here, and yeah, I've just outlined them. Not really much to say. I've not totally cleared all the blocks above the outline. I will at some point, probably. In fact, at some point, if I ever actually get around to it and feel like it, I'll probably dig out a perimeter for the whole of the entity loading chunks, because there's a lot of interesting things you can do with your spawn chunks, like have farms that run 24/7. But my computer's probably not powerful enough to handle any more than the one right now, and this one's not working anyway, so who cares. But yeah, actually, it occurs to me that maybe more iron golems have spawned since since I've been working on this, which would be kind of cool. It's like the lowest output iron farm. Okay, okay, good. Alright, that was close. I felt like I was about to fall. Yes, they did spawn. Look at that. Awesome. 2 more. So this farm does produce a very, very small number of iron golems, but it's just minimal. Yeah. It's not really worth it. This farm isn't. Oh wow, they're so powerful. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's basically it for this episode. I think there's not really much else I have to say. I've did what I set out to do, mildly. I didn't get the iron farm working, but I did the other stuff and I said I would, so that's good. And yeah, I think after this episode I'm gonna get away from this place so I can't hear myself talk. Too many villagers. Okay, so I think that about wraps it up for this episode, and if you enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and if you want to see more, then just make sure to check back here and look, and if you enjoyed this type of Let's Play video and you want something just slightly different, but nominally similar, then you should check out my series on the CreatorCraft SMP server with a few other YouTubers. Right now it's just sort of a nice small server with a few small-time YouTubers, and we're all just friendly, and we just hang out and we record videos together and work on stuff on the server, and it's really a great place. It's a really inviting community. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye bye!